Got shades on today. Oops. Bring that one in. Everybody in? What's up?
What's going on?
What up? Strictly Apple, episode number
11, 12?
11.
I think it's 11.
It's 11.
12.
Is it 12?
Yeah.
You suck.
Episode number 12. Jonathan is back.
Yes.
We'll give it to Jonathan because Jonathan was sick. We did episode 11 without Jonathan.
Yep.
We apologize, Jonathan.
So maybe I was wrong. I'm sorry.
You are on episode number
I'm on
11, but
11.
we are on episode 12.
Yeah. It's
One
always gonna
episode
suck.
behind. No worries.
How are you feeling, Jonathan?
Dude, I'm back and I'm better.
Oh, good.
Feeling good.
Heard you hack earlier. It didn't sound good.
I'm fine. Leave me alone.
So we are back with a new episode today. I want to talk about a special little game that we're going to play. It's called Bop or Flop.
Bop or flop.
Bop or Flop.
I like it.
Okay. So I was curious the other day and talking about rundown. Oh, Jonathan.
No.
Okay. So you remember an episode, was it 9 or 10? 10. Last one that Jonathan was in. I was just listening to this morning, actually, on YouTube. So go check them out on YouTube. If you are listening to this and you haven't heard our episodes, Strictly Apple Talk out on YouTube. Full episodes. We said in there, he said something. Oh, I got to show off this special piece. It was, and you go, okay, we'd freestyle over it. And he goes, Jonathan's going to freestyle over that. You said that, and Jonathan goes, ChatGPT.
Let me know.
And so he
And I
was
actually
looking up a
pulled it up.
freestyle for.
Are you about to freestyle?
No, I'm not performing. But know that I have it.
A backup plan.
I
just
tried
in case
it.
Gets crazy.
I don't think it's for the right beat that we have.
It is not.
I mean, Eminem could do it, but we definitely
That's
are
a
not
different
there.
category.
Yeah. So we want to play a little special game called Bop or Flop. And so I started researching iOS updates from the past. I just went back 5 updates. So iOS 13. Okay. So that was released in September 2019. Features that came out with each one as we went. And whether they were bop or flops.
What iPhone was the 13? The iOS 13? Which iPhone did that come out with? Does it say?
No. Look it up.
I got you. I'm thinking
That was a flop.
if it was
Flop on
5
me.
ago, it had to be 11. I was
Yeah.
thinking iPhone 13 came in 11.
So 2019.
With iOS
I think it's 11.
13.
But I looked up the 5 big hitting features for
Okay.
each one. What was it? Was it 11?
Yeah, the 11. The X and the 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Landon wins that
Because if
point.
we're on 18 and 16's out, so 5 minus that.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So I went back just 5, but I kind of looked up 5 features from each iOS since then to kind of see where we've come from, where we're come from, where we're going. We're always talking about the future of Apple tech, right?
Right.
So let's talk about iOS 13, released in September of 2019. I got a little fuzzball in there. Drive me crazy. Okay. System-wide features for iOS 13. Bop or flop? Do we think that it was a big hitter at the time?
Beneficial or no?
Or are they? Is it even still around? Because sometimes Apple will release stuff in iOS updates, and it goes by the wayside.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, that was a good try. You know, our key demographic, we thought we'd love it, and they hated it. Big things that did happen before we start that were app launch up to 2 times faster. 2 times faster than what? Because if you think about it now,
Apple does that a lot. Like, this is 60% less weight or more fast than the previous.
and do you think they use those numbers because we understand it? The dumb people understand it.
Yes. And also, I don't think anybody ever
Faster
fact
Face ID
checked it.
unlock.
I would say it's nice.
Yeah.
It's better than the old. I would say it's better than the fingerprint. I don't
Right.
mind the fingerprint though.
Okay, so Apple, these are the top hits, right? System-wide dark mode, bop or flop?
Bop. 1,000%.
I'm a dark mode user, so bop.
Same here.
1,000% bop.
Improved maps with the look around street view feature. Do you ever use that?
Yes.
You do?
The street view feature where you can go down there and like see what's near, like
Yes.
it's actual street
Yep.
view.
Mhm.
I use that on my daily. I like to see like Krispy Kreme's coming up, and I can tell. Like there's
That's awesome.
the light was on, and hopefully it still is. That's
The light was on. It
yeah.
says.
That's a bop. I like
That
a
is a
bop. Is that a
bop.
flop for you guys?
No, that's a bop.
No, it's a bop. I use.
I don't use it, but it's a bop.
Updated maps is always a bop if it bops.
Right.
Yeah.
Photos redesign. So apparently in 2019, it was better organization, editing tools, and AI-powered curation. I found that interesting.
They were testing.
They were testing AI-powered curation, which would be I think moments.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep. And the moments, they also did the update where you can see where pictures were taken. So if I zoom out to the U.S., I can see anywhere they've been in the U.S.
Dude, I use that
That's
so
cool.
much.
Because you
That's
don't
cool.
remember the date, but you remember where you were.
Yeah, exactly.
Or even vice versa. Like, I know it was in March. Where was I?
Yeah. Or if I'm like, okay, I was on vacation with the family in Tennessee.
Yep.
Those are the pictures I want to see. So I'll go down to Tennessee.
Yep.
Kinda upview
I
them.
fully agree.
Yeah.
But there is sometimes every once in a while, and I don't know why, I'll get random photos in random places.
What does that mean?
Like I'll say, like taking pictures here at Strictly Apple, and say I go down to Tennessee to look at family photos. There'll be one photo that was down there, and I can't
That's because
tell.
we're always haunting you.
I don't know if
That's
it's like a screen. It's not a screenshot.
Do you don't think it's a screenshot?
No.
Or maybe it was a photo that was saved that was sent through text?
Yeah,
Ooh.
sent through text. That's
Or like if you
'Cause I
send me a
text you stuff
picture
all the time.
Yeah, if you send me a picture and I'm not here, it's shared by. I guess that
Yep,
would make sense.
shared by.
Where did you save it? When did it upload to your camera roll, as I think
Yeah,
what it is?
that would make sense. All right, so let's go through iOS 14. Some of those big hitters.
So iOS 13, just to backtrack, bop. It
was about.
It was a bop.
was a bop.
I'll take it.
The iPhone 11 was a bop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sign in with Apple was another big one, which it was a privacy-focused way to log into apps and websites. I don't really get that.
Like a passcode?
Yeah,
I sign in with Apple quite frequently.
yeah,
Like it was to have
Oh,
an
you mean
account.
like when you're going to buy
Yeah.
something?
yes.
I don't use that all the time. I would say it's like a boppity flop.
I say my kids, if I don't put it on like lockdown, they'll buy everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll be buying Titanic ships.
It's
and
gotten better
airplanes like
since
nobody-
then. Yeah, it's gotten better since then, so it's kind of hard to look at it as a flop, but it's 50-50.
Okay, so iOS 14, pop or flop. Home screen widgets. This was released in September 2020.
Was it really that long ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, personally, I don't use them, flop. But
I'd say it's a bop.
most people would say
I
it's a
do.
bop.
I do. I use the battery widget and I love it.
Yeah, same
This
here.
one, I love that one.
Which,
bro.
you have the
That's
square
simple.
one or the long one? Oh yeah,
Long
yeah,
one.
yeah.
The
I
only
love-
widget that I use is my calendar, and then I have a notes one that I don't even have any notes in. I will say this is nice though. The scroll to the left from your home screen
Right.
to
Mhm.
where it says like activity and it has the maps and your charging and stuff. I like
Right.
that on that side. But
And-
I don't use it as much as it could be.
Do you use them in the control? Like I've got meaty fingers sometimes. You know what I mean?
you do.
And like control center, you swipe down, right? And you can't always see that stuff. But on your home screen, dude, it's bop for me.
Control Center is a bot for me, but I just don't use widgets, so I'm going flop.
Do we use widgets on our lock screen?
Ah, yes, I will say back to bop. Erase the flop.
But that's a different.
Bro.
But that's different.
Is that a
was-
different
that
one?
was
true.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
true.
home
It is
screen.
different.
Yes.
We're talking home
Home-
screen.
Lock screen widget's a
Um,
bop.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Because that's when I noticed ChatGPT was
Yep.
on your.
And that's a
Oh,
widget.
home screen.
That's a widget. I
a
have
widget.
my car on there too and everything.
Do you?
Yes.
Oh heck yeah.
I would say in general, Bob.
Okay.
For me.
Okay. iOS 14 also picture in picture. So continue watching videos or
Oh.
making FaceTime calls
Bop.
while
Yes,
multitasking.
Bob.
That was needed 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And they probably could have done that. But
And we got it 4 years ago.
I used it this past week. I'm taking a video and I'm pressing the picture at the same exact time.
Yeah.
Very useful.
Yeah.
App clips, lightweight versions of apps for quick tasks without downloading the full app. Now, most people I don't think would get that. I don't get that
I don't get
completely.
that. I don't think
App clips, and it even asks you. I remember when that first came out because it said, "App, do you want to use app clips?" So you don't have to download the whole app because people don't have a lot of space on their phones. So it wouldn't download the full volume of the app, just the things that you need, like if it had a camera in it, or to use that whole purpose, right?
If
Yeah, I think so.
you don't have a lot of space on your phone, Bob, but I never even
Yeah.
honestly knew that was a thing.
Flop
so
for
flop
me.
for me.
Flop.
Flop.
All right, flop on that one. App library, automatic organization of apps into categories came with iOS 14. Did you know that?
I did not have that set up.
I have it set up. I have.
You don't have,
set
okay,
up.
if you go to your phone
Yeah, and
and you
just
swipe over to library, it's automatically social,
Mhm.
creative, they're logged in
Okay.
automatically.
I never used that though.
I don't really use it either.
Do you
but
have
I like
app
it.
library set up on your phone?
Dude, when I scroll on my phone,
Oh my gosh, Landon.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
but
clever.
it takes
you
me
don't
30
use it.
seconds to get over there.
Well, that's your problem.
Everything that I have is on my. Honestly, it's all right here.
It's like my mom. She has 80 tabs open. You
I
just close
use
them
the
all.
scroll down.
Oh
to
yes,
search all the
amen.
time.
Yes,
I don't
use
know what that
all the time,
is.
too.
We're getting ahead of the boppage, but
Okay.
Bob, to answer the question though.
we should have the bop pops in here.
Yeah, the Bob.
Twist it.
What it was like? That's a flop.
Hey, that's a bop.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
Okay,
so
that was
there you go,
Bob.
there you
So
go.
what are we saying about iOS 14?
It's a mid. Do you have anything mid?
It's a mid. Sure.
No, he'll start
that
rapping
works.
again.
No, I get rap.
All right, iOS 15, bop or flop. Okay, released September 2021. Is this COVID?
No.
It's middle of COVID.
Middle. I mean,
1
yes,
year
ish.
after. Well, so 2021 September. Yeah,
March
a year and a half.
2020 is when it started.
yeah. A
And
year
we
and a
take
half
all
after
we take
COVID.
all of these things for granted. Everything that comes out of iOS updates. Do you guys remember anything specifically? Like, because there wasn't a lot to be excited
This
about.
would've
There was
been-
not a lot to be excited about during COVID, right? Not a lot. We were inside and we're like, hey, iOS 15 got released. You probably didn't even know iOS 15 got
Nope.
released because you're probably just
on
sitting in your
TikTok
bed.
the entire time too, because that was the year of TikTok.
Do you remember anything that was released?
No.
The iOS 15, which would have been 3 versions ago, so you're looking at iOS 13. That would have been something. No,
Yeah.
the notch came in. The notch came in 14. The 15. Where the iPhone didn't had the notch, but it was like a floating notch. Now
I'm talking about the iOS.
I know,
just-
but I'm trying to think.
Oh,
of
the island. You're talking about the
The
island.
Island.
Island,
Because
island.
is that one of them?
No.
All right, well, never mind. Flop.
yeah. Flop.
So iOS 15, some of the big ones were focus mode, customizable
Yeah.
modes for managing notifications based on activities like work or sleep.
Most definitely.
So that's when we first
Bop.
got like work, sleep,
Disturb.
Disturb.
Yeah,
D&D.
stuff.
Yeah.
All of those.
I will say I like the bop with the personal time. I put it on every single evening.
Yeah.
And it helps with that. I
Notify
like that.
anyway.
Yes.
Oh,
Notify
yeah.
anyway.
Got 'em.
Live text. So text recognition from photos for copying, translating, or interacting with.
Oh, where you can
Highlight,
highlight.
select text on pictures.
Bob.
Yes.
That was
Wow.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
It was that was a cool one too.
Scary. That's
'cause-
when we first started feeling AI.
Yes. That's
Be-
true.
If you think about it, I mean, because it was already picking up all of that stuff in the
I mean, you
photos.
could take specifically here. I'll go through. I'll take a picture of a tracking label on a phone, and then it just reads the thing.
Mhm.
Correct.
Which that was huge. Now, obviously, we've gotten used to it, and a lot of people take this stuff for granted, like you said, because we're so used to like the iPhone looks the same, looks the same, looks the same. But we're talking about the past 3 updates,
Yeah.
and look how much difference.
Right.
It's
things
true.
has came.
And it's about the features. It may
Yes.
look the same.
Yes.
Features are way different. FaceTime upgrades. SharePlay for sharing media during calls and spatial audio for immersive experience. Now, do you guys use that?
SharePlay.
Yeah.
Um,
I
Oh,
wanna-
like I can
So the
listen to
first time I
music
ever
with it.
tried to use SharePlay actually was in iOS 15. I remember Alex, my good buddy Alex. We were, I think Mandalorian was on at the time. It was big. I was into watching it. They didn't have Disney Plus. We had Disney Plus. We were able to share it, right? Through Disney Plus. Didn't work. Dude, flop. It started to
I
work for a
mean,
half second, and then I don't
yeah.
think Disney was on board with it yet. And also, he was trying to share play it to the TV from his phone.
Oh.
Yeah.
That, I mean,
It just wasn't
You should be
happening.
able to SharePlay if you have an Apple, even TV. You should be able to SharePlay from your phone.
Have you guys?
I do
speaking-
that.
On a side note, have you guys FaceTimed anybody with a Android phone?
No,
You know it's possible.
that's
it's possible. That happened with iOS last year.
Should we try to do that to somebody we know?
Yes.
Yeah, I could probably FaceTime, do a live call.
Hold on, we're gonna. Hold on, I'm gonna try this right now. This is a side note.
I think there's a code though. There's some type of link that you
I
have
have
to
no
send
idea how
them.
that works.
I don't know if it's direct FaceTime.
It won't let me do
Please pause while we are.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, it won't let me
Figuring
do it
this
for the
out.
person I was gonna do. Do you know have anybody that you'd like to do?
I have one person, but I don't know if it'll let me FaceTime.
It had let me do it in the past, and now I don't see the option. See, like I was trying to do,
Yeah.
and it won't. It won't
Oh,
let me
that would have been.
click.
He would have been good.
Yeah.
I have a guy that has an Android, but I don't know how.
I don't know how to do it.
No idea. We'll have to figure that out. That could be
Yep.
the next one.
Oh.
Is it FaceTiming?
Maybe.
Yo,
Hey, Mr. Mulvaney, you are live on a podcast right now.
Tef,
Yes.
that's
Do you?
very brave of you.
Yes. Do you? Have you ever FaceTimed anybody? You are an Android user, correct?
Yes.
What phone are you using?
Galaxy 23, I think. Whatever was at Verizon when they told me I needed to upgrade.
I really thought he was an iPhone guy, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Get out of here with that nonsense.
That's funny.
You ever FaceTimed anybody
iPhone.
on an iPhone from an Android?
Yeah, my wife has an iPhone.
How do you do it?
Through Facebook. We have to do it through Facebook.
Oh, so you can't do it like FaceTime.
It's not face.
No,
Yeah, it's Messenger.
we gotta be old school. We gotta stay off the grid.
Got some things to hide for sure.
All right, Mr. Mova, you're going to be a guest on the show here, so we appreciate you.
We gotta stay in us Android users. We gotta stick together against you Apple bullies.
All right, click.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Keep up the great work, guys.
All right, thanks.
See you, man.
Okay. That was a side note. That was pretty funny. Yeah, we need to have an Android user on here sometime.
I feel like we come up with a lot of ideas or things that we want to do while we're on the podcast. Maybe
never
we
put
should
it
think
into
of them
motion.
before.
Okay, pop or flop.
Write a list.
Pop or
Okay.
flop, iOS 15. That was COVID.
Bop.
Yeah.
Dude, and
Bop,
now that
I
I'm thinking
guess.
about it, I thought we were gonna have a flop. We don't have a flop yet.
You had a flop. You said widgets.
Widgets was a flop, but there's other stuff in there.
But not the
though, right?
iOS or not the iOS number as itself,
As a
though.
whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a 70% bop is still a bop,
Yeah.
even though there's a little flop
Mm-hmm.
in the
Can
bop.
we get that in a quote?
Yeah.
70% is still a bop, even if there's a little flop in your bop.
Yeah, you flopped on that one. Oh my
iOS 17, the journal app. You guys journal?
No.
You
I'm
ever
not a-
tried it?
I'm not a
Um,
journalist.
Everybody's tried it once. It's okay.
I never tried to actually physically journal. Other than I think there was one time I had to write. I had to write one time, like what I did for a week and give it to my teacher.
Yeah.
By Friday, I wrote everything on Friday. Like
Oh, yeah, of course.
Monday, what do you do? Woke up, ate cereal.
Nice. What cereal?
Have you tried the journaling app? That's what I'm saying.
No.
Yeah, it's good because it knows exactly what you did that day, how much you walked, what music, what songs
Is it
you
already
listened
on
to.
Is it already on there?
Yeah, it came out with 17.
Dude, I don't.
What?
See, this is how unevolved
We talked about this.
I am.
Uninvolved I am. Improved name drop feature for quickly sharing contact details and large
Okay.
file transfers over the internet.
Name drop, exciting initially. I've never used it. The only time I ever used it is when me and Brooke's phone or somebody I know's phone's together, and next thing you know, it's like, do you want to send all your pictures and videos to this random stranger? No.
I have used the whole
Tap.
tink.
Touch tips.
Yeah,
That's what it's
touch-
called.
But that's extremely cool, though.
He just said
I mean, hey man, just gotta call it what it is.
What is it?
touch and tips.
Touch and tips.
Okay.
That's what the kids are calling it, touch and tips.
I guess so.
Yeah. Standby mode turns your phone into a smart display while charging horizontally.
I don't use it, but it's also I've seen people
cool, but
use it.
Yeah,
I just thought it was called charging mode.
You can put it on. I charge it, and I have like a standby charger next to my bed, but I never turn it that way because I don't like light at night.
Mm-mm.
And I also don't like keep track of the time at night because then I go crazy. So.
Here's another big one, which I talked to a friend about yesterday. Enhanced messages. This is on iOS 17 still, September 2023. New stickers, a swipe to reply gesture, and improved search functionality. I don't think people are using the stickers the way they should, to be honest.
Swipe to reply.
Yeah, remember when we first figured out stickers and you just stickered the heck out of our
You
conversation?
sticker a message.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when they
My
said
dad does
haha,
that.
exclamation point, all that stuff, right? Or
No,
was that like the
No,
emojis?
That's reactions.
No, that's reactions.
Reactions,
So,
by the way, I don't know when that was, but I love that.
Yeah, that's a.
It's how you can reply without replying.
Yep.
Like a thumbs up. What does that mean now? That's like our new generation. When we turn 60, that's our K. If you think
It
about it, like my
is.
map and dad, K. Why, are you mad at
My
me? Do you
grandma
hate
does
me?
that.
Was I adopted? I have no
K.
idea.
it's like when my mom said,
Okay.
she said when Siri goes, she's like, no, don't do that. Don't say that.
K now. If you send me K, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, she's pissed or he's
Yeah, somebody's pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. See, this is what I'm talking about with new sticker emojis. I just stickered the heck out of our conversation.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what's funny?
You know what I'm talking about?
This is the only way my dad communicates with me. Is like with stickers. If I send something and like something about a basketball game, he'll put the basketball emoji and then leave. And I'm just like, okay, Dad, whatever.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then also, when speaking of that, another big thing that came up that people still don't use as well, the whole automated stickers piece. So like, hold on, I want to send this Landon. Like if I stick this, like I can make stickers, you know. like from pictures.
I like that too.
What?
From
No, I
live
fully
photos.
agree with that.
You ever had that?
I use that sometimes.
Dude, you got to try it.
And you can copy and paste. Even like
Look, I put it over
if
top of
there's
my
a
thing.
photo.
It's a live photo from me,
Yeah.
and then I made it into a sticker.
What
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
heck?
Pretty cool. So, bop or flop, iOS 17.
I would say it's a bop-age. I don't know. I mixed reviews. I could have done without that.
I can't. Dude, it is a bop for me.
Which one makes it a bop for you?
The stickers.
The stickers.
Dude, it's so much fun. And
The
you can mess
editing's
with
fun.
people. Like, my mom will send something. I'll sticker the heck out of it so she can't see it. And she goes, I can't see. Where did my text go? So she'll text it over again.
Well, you're just a child.
Okay, summarize what 17 was one more time.
17 was contact. Oh, that's another one. Contact posters. Does that
Oh.
mean anything to you?
Yes, I share mine with everybody.
I'm going flop, guys. I'm
Really?
not sold.
Okay. As in, yeah, because you don't journal. Stickers are
I'm
so-so.
pretty boring. If you're a boring person, iOS 17 was a flop.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Over the past decade, Jonathan was still in diapers back in the decade. I only give you that harsh thing because he just gave me another. When you were out of the room a minute ago, he
Oh,
goes,
my.
do you guys ever really stop and think that, like, I'm 17 years old and you guys are like boomers?
Yeah, got him. Got him.
Got him.
I mean, technically, so when you're 20, no, we're not boomers because we're still on. Well,
I was being a
you're
little-
a boomer.
Yeah, Alex is. Landon,
I'm not
not
really a
my
boomer.
parent-
How old are you?
Landon's still young.
Actually, my dad, R.I.P., was the last year of the boomers, which is 59. Born in 59.
How
I'm
old are
not-
you?
I'll be 38 next week.
Okay, but I don't think necessarily boomers is like a specific. It was a specific time frame for you because
Yeah.
that's when that started. But for the next generation, it's like if you're a certain age.
You're just
Wait,
a
is
boomer.
boomers
30
a generation?
You guys know what boomer means?
It's just old people.
Baby boomer. It's a baby
It's
boomer
when-
generation. It's when World
Yeah.
War II people came back and they started having babies.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They're repopulating the earth.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was right after World War II up to 59.
And how old are you?
30. I'll be 38 next week. Or in 2 weeks.
Yeah, you're pretty old. Can't even remember your own birthday.
Dude, I constantly have to
I don't
ask.
think you're a boomer, but you're about 2 years outside of it.
When I'm dude,
No, for the next generation, yeah, it's obviously people aren't boomers now because of when they were born and what that means. But to like, to him, yeah, you're definitely a boomer,
You're
and it makes
I'm
sense. And
older.
I'm almost there. In 10 years, I'll be there. In 10 years, you'll be. Jeez.
Really?
Thanks. He's like, you'll be.
Yeah, you'll be boomed. Flop.
You'll be boomed. Okay. Well, I'm gonna cry offset. What do you think in the past 10 years has been the key iOS update? When do you think it made a turn?
I mean, I will say that
I can't name one because I'm always like they can't do anything cooler, and they do.
Obviously the iOS 13, like you said, started a lot of different stuff. The one you initially talked about, but I even think this iOS 18 might be the biggest.
I think 18
turn.
might be the turn.
If we
Why?
come back in a
Give
couple
it to me.
years, is I think because everything's going to be automated now. They've all this data and everything that
You say that now, but guess what? iOS 25, you're gonna be like iOS 18 was
no,
junk.
well, it won't be a flop.
Yeah, because we're gonna be driving Apple cars.
And here we go again. Now, here's the thing on that though: the iOS 18. If you look back on everything they've done, from automatically doing stuff from your apps on your phone to allowing you to only download certain apps, to creating data, to editing text messages, which was a bot, by the way.
Yeah.
And that was
Auto text?
17.
Editing text.
Editing text.
Yeah.
And even the
our-
send later
our
text is a bot,
Oh
too.
my gosh, yes.
That's a good one.
And
So-
undo send. Yeah.
What are the big bops for iOS 18?
No, what I was saying is I think they've used all that data to create that. So we're looking at the past 5 years saying bop or flop, but all that has got us to the iOS 18.
you-
I think the iOS 18 is going to be huge once it's fully done. And going into 19, it's going to be almost perfected.
Do you think there's an interesting question for user research, design, all that for Apple? Do you think that they're going to use Apple Intelligence to figure out what they need to improve for the next one?
Yes.
Because people are always like, "Hey,
But-
do this," and it doesn't do it. So
Yes.
they're like, "That's what we're going to
They
use it for."
definitely do that.
Yeah.
And obviously,
But I think more so now because all
Yes.
that data is going straight to them.
absolutely. And you have to agree for that data
Yeah.
to go to them.
I just put up iOS 18 features out of the Tips app, and the first one that came up was the coloring your apps. That one's kind of cool.
Yeah.
For people that are creative, I guess. customize your control center. You can make things like the box where Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, airplane mode, stuff like that. You can make that bigger. Say it your way. Express yourself with bold, italics, underline, and strike through text messages. So like you can kind of like you're writing a paper. I guess.
Yeah.
React with emojis. They upgraded quick reactions, so now you have all the emojis instead of just thumbs up, heart.
Yep. You can add whatever you want.
You can
on
add
there.
whatever you
And
want.
I will add to that too. I cannot wait till I can have a cowboy frog. The added
Still
emoji.
not
You
here.
can type whatever you want
He's
in.
so confused.
A cowboy frog.
Apple released like create your own emoji where you type it into AI and it creates an emoji for you, and you can use it. So I could put
We still
A cowboy frog?
have yet to see the cowboy frog.
which I think is a huge deal. I think when you're able to create your emoji however you want, because there's several times where I go and I look for emoji, whether it's like, I don't know, something
Do you
stupid,
think that's
something
out of
funny.
control?
Well, out of control.
I think it's out of control. I honestly think that's out of control.
Creating your own emoji?
Yes. Because think about this. Think about this. Because they've always, whoever ye shall be, has always had a lockdown on emojis. Now
Yes.
they've added them every once in a while because
They've
people are
changed
like,
them.
Sure,
people are
there's
like, we
somebody-
want a chopstick bowl, and it became a chopstick bowl, right?
Yeah.
When we were going through a lot for human rights and adding a blonde, a male blonde, a female blonde, transgender blonde.
Yep.
They like voted push. It became a thing, right?
Yeah.
But they still had it on lockdown. Now you're starting to create emojis. And is that going to go into an emoji pool and you can't find anything?
No. Well, I mean, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because they're like,
But if you just type it in and look for it, right now, I don't even know where my emojis are. I put like cry face, laugh face, mad face. If I type, a word in, that's how I get to my emoji.
Yes,
Now,
I don't go and scroll.
Right,
Where are
right.
we?
I do.
What?
I will scroll sometimes if I know where it's going to be, or if I don't know how to describe it
Yeah.
Or spell it.
or spell it.
Yeah. Sorry, it's the facts.
But that's like sort of when you do that. They might go into a poll and might be your most recent. And I think that's one thing too.
A recent.
Is if you use it all the time,
right.
I'm going to recent it. If I don't use it, it can go into the poll and then I'll just create it again.
I think it would kind of be cool. I think it's outlandish, right? This is kind of crazy. It's outlandish if they keep all of the ones that people create. However, I think there's a pool of all the emojis that people have created, and if they're respectful or not, people can create an app, use that Apple Intelligence, and be like, "Oh, I want a crazy emoji that's already been created,"
Yeah.
and they download an app that has all these emojis.
Now my thing as well, and that was is that going to be I can only send that through text, or can I post on Instagram? Can I post a cowboy frog,
Cowboy frog.
or can I react on Snapchat?
So is it inner apps?
I'm
you're saying?
guessing it would be. I don't see Apple doing halfway job on that type of stuff.
Yeah.
No.
But at the same exact time, can you run it across everything?
Yeah.
Which I think you'll be able to, I would assume. But that will be, when that comes out, being able to create your own emojis, bop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bop.
Are
you-
schedule message.
Schedule message is great. I did that all the time, specifically for if we're going to be.
I still have yet to use that. I mean,
It just says send later.
Yeah. Well, I just texted myself and said, "Hey, knew you."
There you go.
Then that's all I've
Talk
done.
to yourself.
Yeah.
I did
Just
that all the
talk to
time for
yourself.
like if I want to text somebody, because sometimes I'll be up late and I want to text somebody the next day, but I'm like, let me text them like 9:30. I'll just do send later, and it automatically sends. It's like perfect.
What if they had a feature? I was just thinking about this in the past, like to get out of something, like I've gone into a meeting. I mean, it's been a couple of years, but I've gone into a meeting, set an alarm like 15 minutes into the meeting because I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be in this meeting that long. You send a text message. What if you could send a phone call of you in a recording talking?
Code blue.
Yeah.
Got to get out of here.
But like you pick it up and you hear that person can hear somebody talking, but it's you talking to yourself.
Dude, I wish there was a way you could push a button on your watch that would automatically send you a phone call to like get out. Like you're talking to you never talk to somebody and you're like, I am not in this conversation. I do that a lot, really, really bad. But so, like push a button on your watch, but I gotta get this.
Yeah. Put it in
Maybe I already
app
do that.
features. App
Yeah,
features.
there you
Put it
go.
in there,
That's
Apple.
a good one. Send a call, record a call,
Yeah.
send later.
Yeah, I think that's it.
That was it on those.
Bop or flop. I think
Yeah.
overall iOS is a
W
bop.
episode. Yes.
Bob or flop. Do you guys want to see another episode of Bob or flop?
Bop or flop.
We can do it all different kinds of
Comment
ways.
bop,
Apples.
comment flop.
Yeah.
Tell us what you want to see.
And which one of those were a bop? Did we miss something? Did we miss something that was a bop?
I think we got them. I think we can nail them down.
Okay.
But I guess we'll find out in the comments.
Yeah. This is episode 12.
12.
Yeah. We'll see you guys on 13.
Have a good one.
I'm Alex.
I'm Landon.
And I'm Jonathan. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving's already happened.